TVS Apache RR 310 vs KTM RC 390 vs Kawasaki Ninja 300 vs Benelli 302R, specifications comparison. The TVS Apache RR 310 has finally broken cover, and we have to say the bike looks spectacular. It feels fresh, powerful, loaded on features, handles well, and is competitively priced too. But is it the perfect entry-level performance motorcycle? While a full-blown comparison will answer that, for now, we will be comparing the spec sheets of the TVS Apache RR 310 to its closest rivals, some of which are nothing less than icons. So, how does the newest supersport stack up against the likes of the KTM RC 390, Kawasaki Ninja 300 and Benelli 302R? Read on to find out. Also read, TVS Apache RR 310 track review. The TVS Apache RR 310 looks stunning in both red and matte black colors. The TVS Apache RR 310 has been derived from the Aquila 310 concept, and we are glad that a lot of it has made it to the production version. The model looks stunning with the wind tunnel developed sharp lines and a mean-looking nose. The twin headlamp setup is certain to gain attention, and the devil's horn-shaped taillight design makes it a distinctive offering. The RR 310 looks compact, aggressive, and looks fast too. The KTM RC 390 is the most uniquely designed bike here and stands out with its quirky headlamp cluster and razor-sharp styling. It's also the flashiest here with the orange and black paint job. The twin-cylinder offerings boast of a larger frame, without looking too aggressive. The Kawasaki Ninja 300 has aged well over the years, having borrowed its styling from the Ninja ZX-10R. The model looks beautiful and still holds a charm of its own. The Benelli 302R, on the other hand, has received mixed responses for its design, especially with the bulky front fairing. The styline may work for some and not with the rest, but when you ride it, it does provide a big bike feel without the drawbacks. The 2017 KTM RC 390 is the most feature-rich offering in this comparison. The KTM RC 390 is loaded to the brim in this space. The bike, apart from the usual goodies, also comes with segment firsts including ride-by-wire, adjustable levers, slipper clutch and more. The all-digital instrument cluster is loaded too. The Apache RR 310 comes close to the KTM in terms of hardware with a feature-loaded vertically stacked digital console. The unit offers a host of information including a lap timer, gear shift indicator, real-time mileage display and much more. It does miss out on the fancy bits though that are seen on the KTM. Meanwhile, Kawasaki Ninja 300 and Benelli 302R are more old school in nature and get the basics including an analog digital instrument console. KTM and TVS provide projectors on their respective offerings with LED DRLs, while the 302R gets LED DRLs too. The Ninja does get daytime running lamp, but not LED bulbs. The Benelli 302R is on par with the rivals in terms of equipment. ABS is standard too. Suspension setup on the RC 390 comes with WP with USD forks up front and a monoshock at the rear, while braking performance comes from a 320mm disc at the front and a 230mm disc at the rear. In contrast, the Apache RR 310 uses Kib-sourced 41mm USD front forks and a preload adjustable monoshock at the rear. Braking power comes from a 300mm front disc and a 240mm disc at the rear. The Benelli 302R also uses USD forks up front, and braking duties are carried by twin 260mm pedal discs for the front and a 240mm single pedal disc at the rear. The Ninja gets the least sophisticated suspension with telescopic forks up front and a monoshock at the rear, while the 290mm front disc and a 220mm rear disc handle braking performance. Coming to the tire options, both the RC 390 and 302R use H-rated Met Sealer tires, while the Apache RR 310 has opted for the more affordable Michelin Pilot Sport tires. The Ninja gets the least performance-friendly tires, sourced from IRC. The Apache RR 310 gets an aggressive riding stance, but is more relaxed over the KTM. The KTM RC 390 is a track scorcher, and rightly so, gets an extremely dedicated riding position. The foot pegs are rear set, the clip-on handlebar sits slower, and the rider needs to sit in a dedicated stance to achieve the best results. Almost all other bikes are far more relaxed in that sense. The Apache though is still a tad bit aggressive with the rear-biased foot pegs and clip-on handlebar, but the model has been designed for easier everyday riding. The Ninja 300 and Benelli 302R also turn out to be equally relaxed and can switch easily between a sports tour or track tool. The Kawasaki Ninja 300 is one of the oldest offerings in this segment. The TVS Apache RR 310 uses a BMW-developed engine. This is the same motor that also powers the India-bound G310R, and is a 312cc single-cylinder, liquid-cooled unit tuned to produce 33.5 bhp and 27 Nm of peak torque. The motor comes paired to a 6-speed gearbox. Those are appreciable numbers for the displacement of the engine, especially when you consider a curb weight of 170 kg, promising a higher power-to-weight ratio. The KTM RC 390 still remains the benchmark for its performance. In contrast, the KTM RC 390 is the ultimate powerhouse you can find and uses the 373cc single-cylinder, liquid-cooled motor to produce 43 bhp and 36 Nm of torque. The motor comes paired to a 6-speed gearbox and also gets a slipper clutch. With a curb weight of 147 kg. It is the lightest model in this comparison, and as we've known before, it is blisteringly fast. The Benelli 302R is the heaviest bike here with a curb weight of 198 kg. Unlike the offerings from KTM and TVS, the Kawasaki Ninja 300 and Benelli 302R use an additional cylinder. The Ninja uses a 296cc parallel twin motor tuned for 38 bhp and peak torque of 27 Nm, while paired to a 6-speed gearbox. The Ninja tips the scales at a hefty 172 kg, compared to rivals. Lastly, the Benelli 302R uses a 300cc parallel twin engine churning out 38 bhp and 26.5 Nm of peak torque. A 6-speed gearbox sends power to the rear wheel. However, with a curb weight of 198 kg, the 302R is the heaviest bike in this comparison, and that shows in the bike's performance as well. The TVS Apache RR 310 undercuts its rivals with an aggressive pricing. TVS has kept pricing competitive on the new Apache RR 310, and the bike is priced at 2.05 lakh, ex-showroom. That price tag pretty much undercuts all the competition on this list. In comparison, the KTM RC 390 is priced at 2.25 lakh, while the Benelli 302R is over a lakh more expensive at 3.48 lakh. The most expensive bike on this list is the Kawasaki Ninja 300 at 3.60 lakh, all prices, ex-showroom Delhi, which unlike the other offerings does not get ABS at all. Ranking the bikes in value for performance ratio, the RC 390 is the most value for money offering, followed by the new Apache RR 310. For the latest auto news and reviews, follow Car and Bike on Twitter, Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.